Darkness spreads slowly across a silent architectural workspace. Blueprints rest beneath dim light, covered in impossible geometry. The camera glides across angles that should never exist. A voice speaks calmly, but tension coils underneath every word. Most architects pursue symmetry, balance, and human comfort. But some designs were never meant for human inhabitants. These plans were drafted for something unseen and waiting. Structures shaped not by physics, but by darker intention. Tonight we uncover architecture that bends reality itself. Welcome to Mr. Whisper's Official, where structure meets dread. Before we begin, look carefully at your own walls. What if structural stress is not accidental but deliberate? What if angles hide functions beyond human perception? What if geometry can anchor something without mass? Could your home be shaped for more than shelter? Could architecture function as containment instead of comfort? Could rooms exist to trap movement you cannot see? Could foundations serve as anchors for shadow presence? These are not metaphors, but documented design intentions. The blueprint itself may be the first summoning tool. Private architectural journals reveal disturbing design philosophies. Pages describe structures optimized for nonlinear movement. Measurements appear mathematically inconsistent, yet precisely repeated. Rooms tilt at 30-degree gradients without structural purpose. Curve subtly against normal spatial expectations. Staircases spiral without predictable geometric progression. Load-bearing points cluster in unnatural density patterns. Stress appears engineered rather than structurally necessary. Material selection prioritizes binding over stability concerns. These homes are engineered environments, not living spaces. Consider the concept of the containment corridor design. Passageways narrow gradually beyond perceptual awareness. Spatial compression alters directional movement subconsciously. Movement becomes guided along predetermined confinement loops. Residents experience unease without identifiable cause. Entities encounter kinetic resistance embedded in geometry. Spiral motifs appear repeatedly in structural intersections. Curvature functions as a perpetual motion barrier. The house becomes both prison and anchor simultaneously. Architecture transforms into an instrument of restraint. Another recurring feature is the dead-end foyer chamber. Entry points exist without symmetrical exit alignment. Thresholds disrupt conventional spatial continuity principles. Directional flow collapses into sealed geometrical endpoints. Escape paths exist visually, but fail physically. Spatial logic fractures under localized measurement distortion. Environment misdirects anything attempting departure. Entrapment becomes embedded into structural planning. The building enforces containment through silent design. Geometry becomes a functional barrier beyond perception. Structural stress patterns reveal deeper architectural intention. Material fatigue appears concentrated at specific intersections. Load distribution behaves unpredictably over extended periods. Localized gravity shifts register in micromeasurement studies. Walls exhibit gradual compression, unrelated to weight. Foundations display oscillation without seismic explanation. These stresses align with predicted movement pathways. Invisible circulation routes shape structural deterioration patterns. The building responds to something continuously navigating space. Engineering becomes evidence rather than anomaly. Infrared site surveys reveal unusual thermal behavior zones. Heat signatures move through sealed structural boundaries. Temperature gradients trace looping internal pathways. Movement occurs without biological or mechanical source. These thermal paths mirror blueprint spiral configurations. The design predicts motion before motion occurs. Architecture anticipates presence rather than reaction. The house behaves like a calibrated containment field. Invisible occupancy becomes structurally measurable over time. The blueprint describes behavior not yet observed. Foundations play a critical role in persistent anchoring. Basement levels function as energetic stabilization chambers. Reinforced materials concentrate environmental pressure downward. Subterranean structures amplify containment efficiency dramatically. Density variations create localized stability thresholds. The entire dwelling feeds structural coherence below. The house exists to support what rests underneath. Upper levels simply stabilize the anchoring mechanism. Domestic architecture becomes layered containment infrastructure. Shelter disguises purpose beneath ordinary function. Human residents experience measurable psychological effects. Orientation confusion appears in repeating spatial zones. Sleep disturbances cluster near geometric intersections. Anxiety increases along containment corridor pathways. Perception shifts near load-bearing anomaly clusters. Cognitive mapping fails within irregular floor transitions. Residents sense presence without visual confirmation. The design influences cognition through spatial pressure. Living inside becomes exposure to engineered dissonance. The house was never optimized for human minds. These designs continue influencing modern niche architecture. Luxury structures sometimes replicate subtle, irregular geometry. Spatial distortion marketed as avant-garde innovation. But pattern repetition suggests historical continuity. How many homes conceal deliberate, irregular foundations? How many blueprints embed containment logic today? What responsibility belongs to those who design unseen habitats? If this unsettles your sense of space, subscribe now. This is Mr. Whisper's Official, decoding hidden structures. The walls around you may be watching silently.